Hey gang, Megan Duma here, your host at Wine for Blondes. It is Friday night, so I've got to make this one quick. But tonight we are talking about Lagrine. Now, Lagrine, I'm going to get this right for you one day, I promise. I keep promising that. I don't know if I'm ever going to come through. This is the Lagrine. That's how you pronounce that, even though it looks like Lagrine. No, Lagrine from Praxis, the 2007 from the Central Coast. Now, I first read about Lagrine, and somewhere on the internet I found that it was a Native American grape. Now, when I went back to research for talking about it tonight, I found out it's a Northern Italian grape. And that made me think about a lot of different wine grapes where two countries fight over where it came from. So, if you guys have heard that Lagrine is a Native American grape, meaning it came from North America or somewhere in the Americas, let me know because I love wine grape fights. A good example is Syrah. The Persians say that Syrah came from, or Shiraz came from Persia. They are adamant about that. As adamant as the French are that Syrah, the exact same grape, came from France. Anyways, a little bit of wine war trivia. Let's get on to the tasting notes. So, this Lagrine, the grape is Lagrine, and this grape is actually a really tannic and a really acidic grape. You will get some black crushed up fruits, some blackberry, maybe a little bit of raspberry when you smell it and a little bit on the nose, but what you're really going to notice is that it's kind of a powerhouse. At least that's what the experts will tell you. Now, when you have a powerhouse, it's kind of like a bad boy, and I like to think about the oak barrels as time out for our bad boy grapes. So because Lagrine is such an intense grape, it needs to sit in that barrel for quite a long time until it chills out. So this Lagrine probably saw quite a bit of barrel fermentation, and I know Bill Arbios, the winemaker of Praxis, he likes the American oak for his Merlot, so I wouldn't see it being any different for his Lagrine. This is a 2007, and from the harvest reports in 2007, we talk about what Mother Nature did to the wine that year. That's why the year is important. It's the only reason it's on the bottle. So you know that if there was a freeze, or it was really hot, or there was a ton of rain, that there might be something a little off about the grapes. Now, 2007, that wasn't necessarily the case. It was a pretty even, Steven year. The only problem was that there was a little bit smaller yields, meaning there wasn't an abundance of grapes. But actually, in the winemaking world, that's a very good thing because the more condensed you have, the more flavor and intensity you're going to have in the little clusters that you do get. So, we've talked grape, Lagrine, we've talked, we missed place, I'm so sorry. So this is from the Central Coast, and the vineyards, Praxis is located outside of Santa Barbara in the Santa Maria foothills, and as you often hear me say, what do wine grapes love? They love hotter days, and then they like it when that ocean breeze comes in at night and cools them off. So Lagrine is no exception, and that's the growing conditions that you get in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara, just because it is a cooler wine growing condition, makes some great Pinot Noirs. I love drinking their Pinots up there. So the place is Santa Barbara, the year is 2007, we had lower yields, more intense berries, and the winemaker, Bill Arbios, he's a UC Davis guy, he likes French American oak, and he loves to experiment, he says, with wine. Praxis, he says, is his practice, so he practices with different winemaking techniques in order to bring you what is Lagrine in this case. So I say, I've got my glass, let's give it a taste. And the first thing I'm noticing right out of the glass is the deep purple color. Now, because this is such a unique grape, I mean, you're not going to go to the store and find a Lagrine, I can't even get it right, sitting on the shelf. It's just not going to happen. So it's always interesting to see the color of the wine as soon as you open the bottle. And you can see that it's got a little bit of red to it and a lot of purple. It's a very pretty color. And you definitely get some raspberry, actually more red fruit than I was expecting. Wow, there should be more Lagrine in the grocery store. This is actually very good. I would say body-wise, it's a little bit, it's not real heavy on the mouth, but it's not as light as like a Pinot would be, so I'd say it's pretty much a medium-bodied wine. It's got good fruit, but it also has a little structure to it. It holds up in your mouth. It's not watery or anything like that. a little bit of black pepper, and definitely some cherry on there. It's a really good wine. I very much like it. So next time you see a Lagrine grape, give it a shot, but you definitely should give this a shot. The 2007 Praxis Lagrine, you can get it on your Wine for Blondes website by just clicking on the link right above.